He's playing at a high
Welcome,
standard.
guys.
He's doing
Welcome,
so many things wrong,
guys.
including anticipation. 35 against Georgia.
How's
Feeling two
everybody
defenders, squeezing on the quick out
doing?
route, finding Horton down the boundary for a big play and a big down. He's also been so creative. When things get off schedule, he's been on the same page with his receivers. Little bootleg, make a guy miss. Ryan Williams mirrors him in the back of the end zone against Vanderbilt for a score. And finally, tremendously tough. Got to beat the free rusher on 3rd and 10.
Is that all?
Takes a big hit. Hits Isaiah Horton.
No, that can't be.
He's just playing at a high level. He's making quick decisions. He's throwing the football right now with a ton of conviction. And that's why he's doing a great job, I think, fitting the football into very small windows under duress. But this is a completely different.
I can go to AutoZone and get that, man. Did they raise about $30?
Relationship with offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb. Grubb told you guys the other day, said, I still think there's a lot of meat left on the bone, to be honest. I think there's things we're still figuring out with Ty Simpson, and he's already playing this well. Second and about the length of a football. Coming off the timeout. A roaring crowd here in Como.
All right, guys. I thought I'm sitting here watching football, even though I don't really watch football. But I'm trying to find my son's game. Because he plays for the ACC. I don't think it's going to be on ESPN. And like, when they played Mississippi State, it was on ESPN. But I was there that day. But when that boy just now on Alabama's team, the receiver, he got hurt, I had to immediately pray for him because when they get to being laid out on that field, that ain't no good look. But I also heard that if they get hit like that, lay down so you're going to get some kind of penalty or what, timeout or whatever, I don't know. I'm still learning. All I know is my baby I call him, it's a lot of nicknames I call my baby on that field. But one move I like how he clipped somebody. Well, he'll clip somebody and turn over just like an alligator do when he turn over things. He clip him and turn him over, like turn that person. My baby is number 8 on Alcorn State University football team. He is the best linebacker in the country, Cedric Roberts. He will be in the SEC next year. Mark my words. And y'all don't want to miss it. That's why you need to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you can know every time I post a video, go live, or post a photo. You don't want to miss out on, especially if you're a football person, you don't want to miss out on when you see how my child grow and stuff. This is just not a cliche, oh, every mama proud of their son talk. All you got to do is look up Cedric Roberts from high school to now.
Simpson on 1st and 15 as he checks down to Miller.
Now setting up another big 3rd down here. Missouri's defense wants to force the field goal. Obviously, And that sub bowl.
Happy
Don't tell
Vlogtober
anybody
Day
about the
11,
super spot, where the
guys.
subs matter most. The
I
Jersey
can't
Mike's
believe
Day.
how
You give
fast
Morgan Guillory a puzzle, she won't stop
October's
thinking
already
about it
going
until
by,
it's
y'all.
solved.
It's, I mean, oh my God. We got to start, I got to go ahead and find us a pumpkin patch. First things first, we need to find us a pumpkin patch. We need to find us a haunted house. Because when we get back from Florida, we might be able to squeeze in one of those activities Wednesday. But you know what? No, because Tuesday is I work Monday. Tuesday is a very, very busy day. Wednesday is a busy day. I work Thursday. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Florida. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait till we get back from Florida in order to start our kickoff with the actual, the really, the activity, if you know what I mean. So right now we're doing more preparation for our departure on Monday morning. So I want you to comment down below and let us know some great October ideas because, like I say, when we get back from Florida next Sunday, we're really gonna kick it off at the hotel Friday night. Next Friday night. We're gonna have to do something. If it ain't nothing but doing another. I want to go on location. I ain't gonna tell you the story. I want to go on location somewhere and see where we're going. Ain't but 3 hours from where we stay. Well, we'll put it with 3 hours from our starting point. So it ain't like we're gonna be just traveling all day long. And we may, if we get in time, check in around 3 something or whatever, and we gotta take a little hour nap or whatever. If we want to go to the mall from 6 to 9, because I think the mall closes at 9, or even the Halloween section in Walmart, we can do a little Halloween live or whatever from there. So we'll do something like that because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Walmart near us. Depending, because being that Florida AM is very busy game and stuff, we got a hotel about 25 minutes out of town. But see, that's nothing for us because we're used to living in a city where we have to drive 20 minutes from where we live at to be in civilization, or we stay out of town from the city that we work or be in. We've always done that dumb stuff like that. One thing about it, when you do dumb things like that, children don't know where they came from. For the longest, the number one question was, what city was I born in? For the longest, some kind of way I got confused about whether it was this city, Fort Valley, or Warner Robins. One year I thought it was, some years I thought it was Warner Robins. Some years I thought it was Fort Valley. Then when I heard the final story was you went into labor in Fort Valley, but you had me in Warner Robins. I mean, you don't even know where you came from the beginning. If it weren't for Grandma, we probably wouldn't even known where we came from. Because anything that was bad that happened in the past, they thought it was good to hide it from the children. Then when the children end up acting like that, they don't know what's wrong with the child. Oh, we don't know what's wrong with them. Yes, you do. You acted like that. Your daddy, your pappy, your mammy acted like that. One thing I learned about when I went through my troubles, and now that I'm on the other end of it, I was a lot of people's scapegoat. I was the family scapegoat. Because come to find out, all these folk were going through the same thing I was. It's just that I was the one that got bullseyed. Me and my cousin, rest in peace, we had to learn every lesson the hard way. And you know what? They feel so hurt when we talk about that. But the evidence proves itself. Look at the evidence. One person didn't even survive. The people that did survive got away from that. The people that barely survived got away from that. You got to start looking at some of these facts. Yes, a lot of these people are our biological makeup, but that doesn't excuse what has or has not happened. That's why I tell my kids the bad stuff I did. Yeah, it was me. Yeah, so did a lot of decisions they've made at the age of 19 and 24. They don't even want to do because they be like, ooh, mama said da-da-da. Because she said when she did that, da-da-da. Because I didn't hide it from them. I didn't let false pride kill my child. Because that's all that killed my cousin. False pride. A lot of people say, oh, the parent makeup and all that. No. Oh, she got spoiled, this or that, though. She wouldn't my mother even talked about spirituality. No. False pride killed my cousin. false pride. And you know, they say pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, but false pride, woo. I've recently, when I expressed this to somebody I know, a real smart person, very smart person, and I was like, I can't stand how such and such do because they operate out of false pride. Do you know this genius had a nerve to say, what you mean? What you mean by that? What you mean? You know what I mean. You living it. I want to tell her that so bad. You. That's your whole existence. You know what false pride is. Are you being sarcastic? You know. Are you? What's up? Did you have a brain lapse or like Kevin Gates said? That's the stutter. Niggas no pressure. Who they trying to be? Okay, don't touch me there. This is my no square. But anyway, I had to start thinking about Kevin Gates. I had to do that little dance we do when we got a song in our head. But anyway, yeah. What you mean by that? What you mean by that? Over majority of our family full of false pride. You know what false pride look like. You living it. But I said, no. See, that's why I'm telling people, I don't care if you live up under the bridge, okay? Go to the library every day. Somebody will buy you lunch every day. And go from there every day. Through Christ. Every day. But whatever you do, don't let nobody think you better than you, baby. And you walk with your head up high. One thing about homeless people, you get your gym membership. People give you free clothes. These churches and stuff ready to feed you. Give you free clothes. Sometimes they'll pay for your hotel room. But get your gym membership. Most of it's the cheapest one, Planet Fitness, $10 a month. But if you want the total massages and all that, you pay $25 a month. That ain't nothing. You could even ask one of your loved ones who, you need anything? Tell them to pay for your gym membership. That way you can be so fresh and so clean every day. I know this from experience, okay? Because I don't have false pride. And I know how to make the best of anything and parlay anywhere I'm at through Christ. And guess what? I didn't learn that from my family. I didn't learn that. I learned how to be handicapped. Rely on certain people just because they went to college. Then when I got my master's degree and didn't feel no different the next day, I'm like, oh, let me start. Wait a minute. I need to start believing in my little poor black self. Because I don't know what made me think people with master's degrees and doctorate degrees was so much. If anything, it's just more nice student loan money to me. That's all I can see. Because you get the job for who you know and your interview skills if you don't know nobody. Whether you got a record or not. I don't see too many supervisors and CEOs give a person a chance regardless because it was their company. Okay? I even tell these young people, don't let because you smoke weed. If you think you want to work somewhere, you wouldn't believe what God will allow you and your body and mind to do in 9 days where you can take your own pee to the place. You ain't got to take nobody else's pee. You ain't got to take no gold and seal and nothing. Drink your plenty of water, of course. But you'll be amazed that when God wants you to work somewhere, weed won't stop it. Trust me. So don't be like, oh, I ain't going to apply for that because I know they drug test. Don't worry about that because guess what? If anything, if you do take a drug test, you make a list of your medications just in case a quote-unquote false positive show up. You'll have an explanation because how about this? Excedrin even will show up as a false positive for THC. Excedrin, I ain't saying take Excedrin, but I'm just saying some of these medications will show up as a false positive, especially allergy medication. So if you are taking a very important drug test, make sure for extra backup, Make a list of your medications. So anything you have taken within in the last 2 weeks. I don't care if it's a Benadryl. Most of the time, you ain't even gonna have to worry about all that. I promise you. I'm telling these people, don't let, cause you know they gonna drug test you. Now see, I know some mothers have to take drug tests for their children and stuff. But the one thing I say about that is this. If you ain't ready to see about them children, take them to somebody that is. And whoever you take them to, act like you got sense when you're around the whole family with them. Visit them. Don't come empty-handed. Volunteer to babysit for them with you, to babysit your own child while they may go to the grocery store and get their hair fixed. You do that until they turn 18 if you have to. So that way, on the very 12:01, when they turn 18, after they turn 18, you already have that bond established, okay? That's how you get your kids back. But see, it can't be no ego tripping, money hungry person either that's got your kid. Even though I know sometimes you don't have a choice. But see, that's why I say be over there and act like you got sense when you're there. So you can even monitor if somebody being evil around your kid. And you can tell the makeup of the bedroom and everything. You can tell the vibe of whoever else live in the house and everything, okay? You can even call the caseworker too.
I bet you it's the horse driving the cart thing.
You can get your kid back. You don't automatically have to go the traditional route. It's all about acting like you have some sense when you be around the folk that got your kid. Pray. Don't mess around and go to some church services to that, like I say, to they 18. Sometimes don't take that long. See what it is you got to make sure it's not all about, oh, I want to get my kid back. You know what? It's all about how is the kid feeling because they know where you are and what you're doing. In the meantime, all of this, who gonna live where and who don't live. It's people in military that their kids don't live with them. It wasn't defects. It wasn't the streets. That's why you can't let these humans with these stereotypical ways to browbeat a person, especially through scripture. You never get well. It continues to be a generational curse. Even when you go over there, y'all bake brownies. Even if one Sunday you go over there, you go to church. Even if you leave, you tell them to drop you off wherever you go, wherever you want to go, right after service. Be like, we're gonna do Taco Tuesday. I'll call y'all later on. They want to just know where we at and what we doing. That's how you get your kids back. Because a lot of times, some of these caseworkers, I don't see where a caseworker, a child tested positive when the parent have the child, so they end up giving the baby to the grandparents, and then the grandparents did an excellent job, the mother ended up doing good, but guess when the defects checked on the child? Huh? Guess when? The day before. It's so coincidental. The mother was to graduate from undergrad school. I'm saying undergrad for a reason, because it was grad afterwards. The day before she graduated from as a social worker, the baby almost 12 or 13 by now. That's when defects checked on the child. Thank God it was a success story. But sometimes you can't even depend on defects to see about your child. You find out where them folk at, and you act like you got some sense when you go around. If you have to do that till they're 18, so be it. Because I promise you, even the ones that forbid to see their parents, Them children start sneaking to see their mom and dad when they 11 and 12 years old. You late. Late. They're ahead of you in maturity. See, people like to beat up on folks. Now, mind you, there are cases, because I know a case too where a couple left their baby in the house, sleep. They were going to go score some drugs, and they're coming right back. On the street, walking on their way back, house on fire. Baby burnt up because the baby was asleep. They were coming right back. I guess a match or whatever they were doing, lit. But that's the prime example of what a child needs to be in a safe place. But you know what? A lot of times when you find parents that be like that, it ain't because they couldn't find nowhere else for their child to go. It's because they didn't want to be lonely. They didn't want to have to cry at night by themselves. So they rather for a child to go through that with you out of the name of love. That's not love. You're allowing that child to be codependent. You knew it was going to be painful in that bedroom by yourself without your kid at night. So instead of you hurting and you crying, like the big girl or boy you claim to be, because most people that act like that, they claim to be big girls or boys. You rather drag your child through that. When I had troubles in my life, I had sense enough to make sure they was with somebody safe, that I could come in and out when I get ready. Because you know what? Through it all, I had sense. God was right there with me. It's just that I almost let these mediocre human beings make me think different. But when miracles happen in your life, back to back to back to back, day after day, year after year, month after month, at this point, second after second, you don't let what no human, you don't let what no jealous-hearted, evil human tell you, dictate that part of your belief. But happy October the 11th. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you can know every time I post a video, go live, or post a photo. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.